What's up, guys? It is Brandon from the Two Piece Mandem Talks Chelsea. I know I've been away for a bit, but guess what? Regular uploads happen now. So make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we all know what happened yesterday, but guess what? I'm not just going to review our previous game against Sunderland, but our last Premier League game. I'm going to review the whole season as a whole. This is basically a Chelsea review of how the whole season has been. And let's not be around the bush. It's been an absolute disgrace. Not even that, it's been an embarrassment. An embarrassing, pathetic, horrendous season from Chelsea Football Club. It has been horrendous. The last time we finished 10th, in 2015-2016, Mourinho was in charge. And that was just down to the players not respecting Mourinho anymore and not believing in his idea and losing the dressing room. That's what it was down to. This, however, this is a crisis. And Xabi Alonso has got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. I want to show you on the table. So before I show you our current table, this is the table from last season. 24-25 season. We finished 4th with 69 points, winning the Conference League, winning the Club World Cup, and qualifying for the Champions League. 69 points, 4th place. First season, Enzo Maresca. First season, Enzo Maresca. A year later, a season later, we have dropped to 10th place, 14 wins, 10 draws, and 14 losses. Let me say that again. 10 draws and 14 losses, finishing 10th. In our last 5 games, we picked up 1 win. In our last 5. And that was against a struggling Tottenham team. 1 win in our last 5, ladies and gentlemen. 1 win in our last 5. Now that is a massive, massive downgrade. No progression whatsoever. From last season, you would expect Chelsea to at least challenge for the title. We digressed, battling teams like Brentford, Brighton, Sunderland, and Bournemouth, who finished above us. Believe it or not, we're level on points with Fulham. The only reason why we're above them is because of goal difference, and that's it. No progression whatsoever. And this boils down from the players to the management to the recruitment and to the owners. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the first part of the season, we weren't really doing that bad. Then when results weren't going our way, like which happens to any other football club, you're going to go through a period where results don't go your way, where the grass isn't greener, where you're going to have decisions that go against you, and you're not winning football matches and you're in a tough period. You stick with the manager, because that manager last season won you 2 cups and got you Champions League qualification. Instead of actually sticking with Enzo Maresca, who I didn't even want to go, you sacked him. You sacked him and you got rid of him. No, sorry, he left by mutual agreement because you were trying to take control of the tactics and the management that was happening in the club. He wanted an experienced centre-back and you never gave him that. So, you basically lost a manager who won us 2 trophies and got us Champions League qualification, and instead you decided to employ a mid-table French league manager in the name of EMBRASSMENT, where Strasbourg were 7th in the table. They were 7th. 7th. That's mid-table. He won probably his first 4 or 5 games, and then when we played against Arsenal, lost. Then we went on a streak where we were just losing games, constantly losing games. Constantly losing games. The players lost confidence. The players didn't even really want Enzo Maresca to leave. During the international period, players like Enzo Fernandez, players like Cucurella spoke about the decisions that happened in the club, about the sacking of Enzo Maresca. Enzo Fernandez speaking about his contracts because he didn't believe that he would have the contract extension with Chelsea. And to be honest, I think Enzo Fernandez will leave at the end of the season. Then, when things aren't working out, what do? You then sack Liam Rossini. And then you give it to Callum McFarlane. We're in an FA Cup final, and we're thinking, yo, we might be able to actually win a trophy and get into Europe, which was our only way in getting into Europe because our league form was woeful. We bottle that. We lose. Actually, we didn't really even deserve to lose, but we lost. You beat Tottenham, and you're thinking, okay, we can still get Europe. We can still maybe even get Conference League or Europa League. What happens? You play Sunderland away, a game you need to win to qualify for any chance of Europe, because Champions League we're not going to get, but even Conference League or Europa League, what happens? You lose 2-1 and we're not in Europe. Sunderland are in Europe. Brighton, Sunderland and Bournemouth are all in Europe, and we're not. Do you know how embarrassing that is? These are mid-table teams that have finished above us. We have spent over 2 billion. We've spent over 2 billion. Our recruitment. You get Garnacho, who's woeful, who I didn't even want. You keep Robert Sanchez, who hasn't had a terrible season, but he's not good enough to compete. You then keep Tosin. You then keep Badiashile. Palmer's then off form. JP, even though in a terrible season he's got 20 goals and 20 plus assists. So 20 plus goals. Struggling to get more goals. Neto, dead average. Gittins injured. Mudryk, there's not even point talking about him. Caicedo, average season. Reece James, injury. Levi Colwill, our best centre-back, injured. And you're playing Trevor Chalobah. Wesley Fofana, flipping heck. Woeful. It's been a woeful season, man. It has been horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Genuinely. The recruitment. Whose idea was it to get Garnacho? I have to start on the players. Because getting Garnacho when I wanted Semenyo, and you see the impact Semenyo has made to Manchester City winning them 2 domestic cups. And you buy Garnacho. You think Garnacho's going to take us and help us compete when he's probably played what? Out of all the games he's played 3 games, and that's it. He's probably played 1 in 3 games and that's it. Then Delap, who comes on, he scored 1 goal out of 30 games he's played. Estevar, our best player, barely got a game. JP has literally been one of our best players. Enzo Fernandez, first part of the season, man was ghost. Then second part of the season, he actually wants to play a little bit well. He was actually becoming one of our best players. Palmer, our form. Scored 1 goal in his last, 14 games? It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace, man. Honestly. It is an embarrassment. The defence, absolute toilet. When Levi Colwill gets injured for the majority of the season, the whole defence goes to rubbish. 2 billion spent. You get Tosin for free. Trevor Chalobah, all right at times. Wesley Fofana, he's been woeful. After his injury, he has not been the same. He has been woeful. Silly and clumsy. Cucurella, it's been decent at times. Reece James, quality. Gusto, defensively woeful. Santos hasn't been great either. Hit and miss, if anything, to be honest with you. Like, bro, honestly, the recruitment is a disgrace. The management. When this club goes through bad times, you can't just keep sacking managers. As a club, you're going to go through bad times and you have to stick with the manager. Funny enough, how Enzo Maresca goes, he's now the manager of Manchester City for next season. Because they realise and clock that he is a good manager. And they know he's a good manager. Xabi Alonso, I'm happy he's in because he basically went invincible with Bayer Leverkusen. But are Blue Co going to give Xabi Alonso what he needs and the tools he needs to compete? Because we're not in Europe now. And I don't care. If we're not in Europe, I expect us to compete for the title, bro. Because there's no excuses. Manchester United, they had no Europe. They got third place. They came third. They've got Champions League qualification next season. So with Chelsea Football Club, we have to compete. We have to compete for the title now. It's as simple as that. Our aim is to win the Prem. It seems like we're way off it. But guess what? You play one game a week. So there's no excuses for you not to win. And the transfer window as well. What players are we going to bring in? And what players are going to leave the club? I feel like Enzo Fernandez will leave the club, as he's saying goodbye to Chelsea fans from Fabrizio Romano. I feel like JP will leave the club, as Lewandowski's leaving and Barcelona wants him as well. And if Barcelona want Cucurella, I feel like Cucurella will leave as well. So we have to look at those areas. For me, we need to get rid of Garnacho, get rid of Delap, bring back Jackson, buy another experienced centre-back. Experienced, keyword experienced. Because the defence is an absolute disgrace. Get rid of Jorgensen. Put Sanchez as a backup keeper. And if he doesn't want to be backup, wants to be first choice, get rid of him as well. And buy a quality keeper that's not just good at shot stopping, but good with his feet and his distribution as well. Because it's been an absolute disgrace, man. It's been an absolute disgrace of a season, bro. Like, you look at Arsenal Football Club, and you see how they've stuck with the manager and how they've built up their team. And then when you look at us, it's an absolute shambles. We've played Arsenal 4 times this season. And you tell me we didn't get one win against them. We only got a point against them. So the last 3 times, they've just basically been putting man in a spliff. That is embarrassing. We got beaten back. We had back-to-back losses against Sunderland. Back-to-back losses against Brighton. It is woeful, man. The stats for this season are absolutely horrendous. And it's not good enough. It is not good enough, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly. It is woeful. Joel Hato. Woeful game as well. It has been terrible. We have to call this out. We have to call this out. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good. Xabi Alonso has a lot of work to do. And I'm thinking, what players are going to come to us? We've got no Champions League. What players are going to come to us? Because there are players that can instantly improve this team, but who's going to come to us? Seriously. Is this project even exciting? Are we going to see any progression? Because we've basically gone backwards. We've gone backwards. Based on the owners and based on recruitment. And yeah, we can all say, oh, Arsenal cheated, Arsenal did this, Arsenal did that. But we have to look at ourselves as a football club. When I seen Arsenal lose that Premier League, I just felt disgusted at my own club. Because I'm thinking, what did we do? We could have stopped them. But instead, the self-sabotaging, the mistakes, the lack of discipline with these red cards. The amount of red cards we've had this season is an absolute disgrace. How many more red cards? Seriously. How many more red cards? Because look, it's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Lads, look at the win percentage. Over the course of the season, look. Tuchel, 50%. Potter, 33%. Bruno, 0. Lampard, woeful during that period. Pochettino, 46% win ratio. Maresca, 20 wins, 9 draws, 9 losses. And we got rid of him. In the 24-25 season. Even in this one, it wasn't even that bad. It was just a tough period that managers go through. You put in EMBRASSMENT, 5 wins and 6 losses. So we basically we go from Maresca to Rosinha, who's even worse. How does that make sense? Tell me how that makes sense. And the recruitment, ladies and gentlemen, what? Buonanotte, who we had on loan, and we basically gave him back to Brighton. Garnacho, we paid 39 million. He's been woeful. Gittins, 56 million, close to 60 million. Injuries. Our best players have literally been JP and Esteval. Leon Delap, 31 million, robbery. Another player from Strasbourg. Disgrace. And we signed another man from Strasbourg. Lads, the recruitment has been absolutely awful for this club. It has been awful. Absolute disgrace. Genuinely. I'm looking at the squad here. And there's so many players that need to go, honestly. It's an absolute joke. Lavia, for me, Lavia has to go as well. Because, bro, this guy only wants to turn up and play against Liverpool, if anything, and that's it. Always injured. Always. Freaking disgrace, man. Flipping heck. The options are woeful. And this is what we get after 2 billion. This is what you spent. Palmer doesn't make the England team. And you know what? He doesn't even deserve to make it, to be honest with you. I'm happy he doesn't make it. I'm happy he doesn't make it, bro, because he doesn't deserve to make it. What, he deserves to make the England squad after that. After his woeful performance. Like, bro, let me look at his stats this season, bro, because it's been absolutely woeful. Terrible, terrible performance. Like, boys, look at this, look at this. So what, 10 goals and 1 assist. He started 24 matches. So out of 26 matches he's played, he's got 10 goals and 1 assist all season. Are you serious? And you think he deserves to be in the England team? Crazy. Crazy. Palmer, I've been trying to defend you, man, but I'm sorry, bro. You've been terrible this season. You need to pan up. Honestly. And if you're not bothered, then just leave the club. I'll be real, because I want to compete for this Premier League, man. We haven't won. It's coming up to like 10 years without a Premier League title. And we don't even look remotely close to even competing. We're so far off it. It's actually a disgrace. It's actually a disgrace. Xabi Alonso has a lot of work to do. And it's not looking good, man. Genuinely. It's been a woeful season. It's been an absolute disgrace of a season, man. Ugh, it's been so bad, lads. I don't even know what to say. Genuinely. That performance yesterday, that match yesterday, sums up our whole season. Summed up everything. Summed up what we're lacking, what we need to get rid of, and what we need to improve on. Summed up everything. It summed up everything. 14 wins and 14 losses in a season out of 38 games is a disgrace. You should be embarrassed. That is embarrassing. It's an absolute disgrace. When I was watching Chelsea back a day, the worst we would finish is at least 4th or 3rd. Bro, we have digressed so much, it's actually ridiculous. We should be competing. Minimum, we should be competing. I'm soon going to make a video of players who I think who should stay at the club, and a list of players who I think should leave the club, and a list of players who should be loaned out, and a list of players whose contracts should be terminated. Honestly, because there's an absolute disgrace. We shouldn't even be in this position. It's a joke. And that's my season review, to be honest with you. Absolute disgrace. And Xabi Alonso has a lot of work to do. If you man enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, share. Let me know your thoughts. It's been a disgrace of a season. Absolute dire season, to be honest with you. Even if you won the FA Cup, it doesn't really cover anything. It doesn't cover up the cracks. So it's been a disgrace. I'll see you man in a bit. And peace.